Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So this is actually one of a few that I'm going to be casting of Shadow's recent tournament. That's right, Shadow Online Gaming is doing one of his big tournaments again, and this is the biggest one that he's ever done. I think there's like, I don't know, 60 competitors or something ridiculous. I think the first round has going to be 100 games in it. It's ludicrous. So definitely worth checking out. So yeah, I'm doing my bit. He sent me some highlights, and I'm going to share them with you guys. It should be a lot of fun. And also, in case I don't link Shadow's channel anywhere, somebody please do that. I'm really bad at remembering this, because I schedule these, you know, days in advance a lot of the time. So, you know, I tend to forget when it goes live. Go, oh crap, that needs a link. So, yeah, guys, link it for me, and I'll pin it. Or it'll at least prompt me to link it. Or, you know, tell me, dude, you didn't link it, because it's inevitable. I'm rubbish. So anyway, this is Migsa versus Viash, and this is a really cool one. So it's Tomb Kings versus Skaven, which I think could be an interesting match, all things considered. And sorry about the water effects. This map didn't seem to do well when they updated to the new water in one of the more recent patches, which is kind of sad. So there will be a bit of flickering. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so front line, load of skeleton spearmen, tomb guard with halberds, skeleton spearmen, and spearmen. There's also some Nehekara horsemen, which will be very useful for chasing down gutter runners and things. Also, some skeleton chariots in the back. Skeleton chariots are great in this matchup, but they have to really watch out for rat ogres. That is their biggest problem. They've got to keep away from rat ogres because they will die very quickly. They're very flimsy. Also, there's a Lich Priest of Death, which is a great call because Skrulk is inevitable, so being able to just, you know, slowly just get rid of his health, you know, over the course of the battle. It's really nice to be able to do that from a safe distance, and Spirit Leech is, well, it's got bigger range than Libu Bubonicus, I believe. Certainly Overcast. Overcast, it can reach a, you know, a mile. Also, SETTRA the Imperishable. So, he's just on his horse, I believe. Yes, he's just on a horse. But he has a great anti-large, and a really good spell selection. He's just very tough in, you know, in general. Very, very nice lord there. But, you know, less expensive than having a big War Sphinx or something, and a smaller target for any inevitable artillery. Also over here, there's some Carrion, there's some Ushabti with great bows, some more Nehekara horsemen. So these Ushabti great bows, they're being sent right down the flank. So they're going to be out of the firing line for a very long time, which is really good. You don't want them getting picked off by warp lightning cannons early. Also, there are some more Carrion in the back, and in the back there as well. Now, Viash here. He has a ton of clan rats in the front line. He's got some plague monks. The plague monks will do very well against a lot of the infantry. They will struggle a little bit against the armor of the tomb guard, but the tomb guard don't really have all that much armor when you look at it. I mean, 50 is pretty pathetic for, you know, what is quite a high tier infantry. So plague monk's pretty useful here with that anti-infantry. It will help cut through things in the front line. And he has a ton of rat ogres here. He's got 2 in the trees over there, 1 here, and then he's got 3 warp lightning cannons. That's a lot, and this is a difficult thing to get into. There's the tower there blocking things, there's this boat blocking things. It's very easy to defend this, so this is very, very scary. And another reason why you don't want, you know, your lords and heroes and things on big mounts, they will get just shot to pieces. And of course, Skrulk, because always Skrulk, right? And I've sped things up a bit because it will take a while to engage. But yeah, there are some Cave and Slave Slingers as well. They're just so cost effective, they're so cheap, but that is actually some pretty good withering fire they can do to units. You know, things like Nehekara Horsemen, you know, as they're charging through things, just getting some good damage into them. There's a lot of flimsy units. Even the chariots will take a fair bit of damage. So over here, these Nehekara Horsemen are probing. There are some gutter runners with poison, so very capable units these, and they're being backed up by the rat ogres over here. So they're trying to chase a bit, but they're obviously going to want to pull back, and there are spearmen on the edges that will be able to get in here and bog this stuff down. You know, either chase the gutter runners and just absorb a load of the fire with their silver shields, or get some good anti-large damage into these rat ogres that honestly are a bit crap, you know, at dealing with spearmen, with cheap spearmen. They don't have much armor at all. So over here, ooh, big old spell. Yep, you can see Tomb Guard starting to struggle quite a bit already. They are getting shot at a lot. Same with these Tomb Guard. Excuse me. I've still got that cold, by the way. It's been 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, Carrion, probing, trying to get into this artillery, but it is tough. Skaven artillery has a habit of continuing to fire even when it's under attack. And here, the Skaven Slave Slingers are just perfect for whittling away these Carrion. They only have 20 armor, so that's a very cost-effective way to get some extra damage in here and get rid of them earlier, which is very nice indeed. So, a lot of things happening on this side. You can see these skeleton chariots starting to push in. More skeleton chariots are, I think, still hidden somewhere. There are 2 units somewhere. It's hard to tell. They really are using the entire map here. So, chariots starting to charge in. You can see SETTRA is just keeping back. he doesn't want to get blown up by artillery, so he's just going to hang out in the back, make sure nothing, you know, suffers a horrible leadership penalty by him getting wiped out. He wants to get rid of Skrolk first. But you can see Skrolk is doing very well to help cut through these Tomb Guard with halberds, and that is a problem. Over on this side, Rat Ogres, they're joining in this fight to try and help out the Clan Rats and get this stuff crumbling nice and quickly. Here though, Chariots are pushing in this way, they're pushing in this way, Rat Ogres are trying to come in to stop them. But there's still a lot of infantry in here. But sadly, it's not a lot of spears that can really, you know, start prodding at those Rat Ogres. It's just Tomb Guard that will actually get pretty heavily smashed by Rat Ogres, which is kind of sad. So these Skeleton Chariots, almost 50 kills now. They're doing pretty well just running through the lines. It is helping whittle away a lot of these quite expensive units. So in the back, it looks like the Carrion have mostly been chased off, which is definitely a problem because all the artillery is still online. And that is not something you want to be dealing with. So you can see the Ushabti are now in position and they're shooting it into this bunch. And the nice thing shooting across like this is you can get some good hits into the artillery pieces and start destroying some artillery. You know, it certainly helps break them. So here you can see Rat Ogres trying to get these Nehekara Horsemen. I mean, they've suffered a little bit of damage, but nothing major. And these Skeleton Horsemen are going to keep chasing to try and catch these Rat Ogres out. So the Skeleton Chariots can keep putting work in. And you can see these Clan Rats taking a huge amount of damage from these Skeleton Chariots. They are a great unit here. More are charging into the back line, while all the Rat Ogres are kind of busy in the front. These ones, though, have pulled away from the Skeleton Spearmen and trying to get into the back to deal with these Skeleton Chariots. And you can see they are taking quite a bit of damage very quickly. Ushabti have been summoned in the back line as well, though, and they will be mucking up a lot of this stuff, which is really good news. But yep, point-blank shots into the Skeleton Chariots. They're going to go down pretty damn quickly. And these ones look like they're getting very caught out by these Rat Ogres. But luckily, these Tomb Guard with halberds are actually still going somehow. So Chariots moving on to the next unit, trying to free up these Skeleton Spearmen, but they've now had it, which is a shame. But with Ushabti firing into a lot of these units, you can see a lot of these units are starting to break, which is nice. Skrolk has taken a huge amount of damage because he's been getting Spirit Leeched this entire game by this Lich Priest that's hidden. Yeah, he's hidden in those trees, so the artillery can't target him, so he's pretty safe. You know, he's pretty damn safe. So that, okay, Skrolk looks like he's going to get another Spirit Leech, but he does get the Lead Bubonicus off, and that will help kill that Lich Priest. But it's a little bit too late, I think. You know, he's going to have to use another Lead Bubonicus to finish him off, and by then, there'll be another couple of Spirit Leeches on top of him. So that's bad. So he's running in to try and back up his Plague Monks, because these Plague Monks should be winning here. Giving them the extra melee defense and leadership will keep them fighting, and hopefully chop through a load of this infantry. Artillery is trying to shoot into the Ushabti, but now they've got the cover of the trees. But this goes both ways. You know, the Ushabti won't be able to shoot through these trees as well either. So while these Clan Rats are chasing, they are summoned, so they will degrade over time, but it's stopping the Ushabti from firing in the meantime, which is definitely a problem. Over on this side, you can see the Skeleton Chariot seem to be getting completely caught out. There's a load of Rat Ogres, Warp Lightning Cannon crew returning to his cannons, which is definitely a problem. But you can see a lot of damage has been done to all the artillery back here, but they're still going. They are still going, and that Lich Priest is nearly dead. Yep, he's starting to really, really struggle. He is crumbling now. And that's the thing, he went out too far, and the artillery made sure to punish him for it. So that is very wise. But SETTRA is on his way now. SETTRA is on his way. He's going to try and get in here, deal with Skrolk. So Skrolk is trying to stop him with some Clan Rat summons. So he's going to try and push through this stuff. And the Ushabti are actually charging in now. The Ushabti, not really meant for melee, these ones, but with leadership so low, yep, they're just going to charge in, do what they can. A charge from the Nehekara Horsemen, stopping Skrolk from being able to escape. A ton of Rat Ogres are coming to his defense, and like I said, Game Slave Slingers, pretty good value. They are whittling down these Nehekara Horsemen's health here. And was that intentional? Jaff's incantation of Cursed Blades on the Nehekara Horsemen, I mean, they're pretty injured. I mean, it does give them some extra weapon damage, but they're pretty injured. But you can see Skrolk has completely failed. SETTRA just completely whittling him down. And now, these Rat Ogres are back, but they're getting shot at point blank by the Ushabti. And they are very close to breaking. In the back line, though, the artillery seems to have mostly been saved. You know, these Tomb Guard are still in here, but there's still Warp Lightning Cannon crew here, and these two Warp Lightning Cannons are both online again. One cannon has been destroyed, but that's still a lot of artillery that can turn around and start blasting. And here, one last Spirit Leech. And that was cast over here. Yeah, the Lich Priest just killed himself in order to overcast that. So, he's died, but he's going to get Skrolk for it. So, fair play. Worthy sacrifice. Definitely a worthy sacrifice. That's all he was there for. That's all the Deathcaster was there for, was to kill Skrolk. And, oh, he didn't do it. Okay, not a worthy sacrifice. But you can see leadership is pretty poor across the Skaven lines right now. And Skrolk with only 44 health, he might not come back. He might not come back. I think it's unlikely. But artillery firing, doing a devastating amount of work to these Ushabti now. Skaven slingers are joining in as well, but skeleton spearmen, pretty healthy, coming into the back here. And here, SETTRA, now using the overcast Joust Incantation of Curse Blades, giving himself an even larger bonus versus large, so he's going to have no problem dealing with all these Rat Ogres. He just hits so hard, it's not going to be long before these guys break. You know, Rat Ogres don't have the best leadership at the best of times, so fighting something so good as SETTRA, yeah, that's going to be very rough for them. So they're not going to be able to keep him pinned for long. And now he's coming in for the artillery. But he runs straight into an artillery piece, rather than actually getting between them, which is a pretty common thing. Oh god, he's being shot at point blank. This could be dangerous. These guys, oh, they have broken just in time. He is still taking shots. It's amazing that there's almost no minimum range to these warp lightning cannons. It's kind of ridiculous. And I also find it weird that the music just changed a bit. Oh, now it's action-packed again. Okay, cool. So Skeleton Spearman's still going, SETTRA's still going, and there's so much Skaven stuff, but it all just seems to be giving up. Because, yeah, Skrulk left, and SETTRA still got a lot of health. But the balance of power was super even. As soon as SETTRA got in there, he took a couple hits with the Warp Lightning Cannons, and everything just ran away regardless. That's Skaven for you. So yeah, Pyrrhic victory, and more flickering. I really hope they fix this. That's my one gripe. That's my one gripe. It's the new water doesn't work on all the maps, which is sad. Because it does look kind of cool, but the edges just ruin it for me. It's very sad. Anyway, Pyrrhic victory! So yeah, beautifully played by Migsa there. I think, you know, having your Lord, which is such a vital, like, expensive thing, that is a big chunk of your army, and, you know, your sort of damage potential, and your, you know, just the spell potential, everything that he can do, did nothing. He was just sat at the back for most of the game. But he still just came in at the end and just won it, because nothing could really stand up to him by that time. Which is pretty cool. You know, he could have been sniped out very early by all these Warp Lightning Cannons. So just keeping your Lord that far back, it's risky. It's risky, because that's a big investment that you're not bringing to the table. You know, that's a bit rough, but it worked out beautifully here. I think that was a really interesting risk to sort of leave him back. But yeah, when you're up against 3 units of artillery, you don't really want to mess with that. And here you can see the Plague Monks. Didn't I tell you they do pretty well against the front line? Yeah, this is ludicrous amount of kills. If he had more Plague Monks, he might have won this, because that infantry would have gone down very, very fast. But yeah, Skeleton Chariots did a wonderful job. The Carrion, unfortunately, didn't do as good a job as you'd like to see them do. You know, they did sort of pester the artillery quite a lot, but it didn't really stop them shooting at anything, and the Carrion did get taken out, so that's a bit of a pity. But, you know, they tried their best. The Ushabti do great bows, not a huge amount of kills, but they were putting some good work into a lot of the Rat Ogres and helping break them towards the end, which is just vital. You know, those Rat Ogres were the only roadblock left for SETTRA, you know, who could have just taken on the whole army after that. So, pretty wonderful. You know, some of the Tomb Guard did very well, some of them just didn't. You know, is pretty... Yeah, some standout performances on both sides. This is a very close game indeed. Very close. I think, yeah, a couple more of these Warp Lightning Cannon shots hitting SETTRA, and it could have swung it completely the other way. Very impressive match. So guys, well played to both of you, and of course go check out the entire tournament, because, yeah, Channel's doing those live streams. He used to just cast individual games, or at least cast each group as a different video. Now he's just live streaming all of them, because there are so many. There's millions of them. But yeah, like I said, over 100 games just in the first rounds, you know, in the group stages. It's ludicrous. And then it's going to knockouts. This is from the group stage. So yeah, very cool. So very well played by Migsa, and very well played by Viash. This was wonderful. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.